This up, Charlie. This is Charlie Weickert with the Kanza chapter of the Oregon-California Trails Association from up around Marysville, Kansas, if I'm correct.
Correct, yes.
You and I went on a expedition earlier this spring on the area south of the Kanawha River, but
Gardner Junction, the Blue Jacket Crossing, and from the Kansas State Historical Society.
Yeah, and you told me the guiding spirit was shining over your left shoulder because your lost stuff got found again.
I know damn well he was, because 3 days having my camera case out in the public gazebo at a parking lot, and sure enough it was there when the staff went looking for it.
So that's a pretty good testament to the character and characters of Kansas, right?
I think so.
So you and your lovely bride went to see the movie In Pursuit of Dreams the other night.
Yes,
I think that was
we did.
Wednesday. What were your overall impressions?
I enjoyed it, but like most teenagers, they talk too fast for an old brain to remember and understand and hear everything they had to say. I really enjoyed their encounters with one another. As teenagers, I know full well that had to have been realistic. Their disagreements came across real clear, and their agreements also came across real clear.
What do you see as some of the next steps that might evolve out of that framework of leadership learning, I'll call it?
The thing that it shifted gears sometime a little too fast for me to comprehend what was happening. I'm not enough of a historian to really dispute what they did or said, but by the same token, the theory of what they're trying to accomplish is what we need to do. We have to get younger people involved in and more interested in experiencing history. I, at that age, could not be any interested in history. Just make it. Let's go someplace else. Let's do something different. They did a good job of what they were doing, and well, I don't know, it was a good show. It will have a problem in holding the interest of a TV audience for an hour show or something. You'll have to have it broken into segments that last for 20 minutes at a time on like a PBS show that only about a 20-minute segment. A week later, you'll have another 20-minute segment, a continuation of their story. I don't believe it's complete enough to make an hour and a half long movie that will be a feature film. Well, that's a good word. Like the movie companies are so heavily financed, they can put in the finer points of making this movie even more complete. But with the limited budget they had, I thought they did a darn good job.
What if, looking at it through the lens of the Kanza chapter, you were to ask the question, how could it be reframed for use in a classroom conversation, let's say in Marysville? Could it engage?
Have to be just segments of it in a particular classroom session on a particular day. I don't know that much about teaching, but you have to have your students get involved in what you're going to teach them tomorrow, and they want to come back tomorrow to hear the rest of the story. And so it's going to be broken up into even finer increments, which is just the opposite of what I was saying for the television or the feature movie audience. You will have several ways of using this footage to be a teaching tool, I think, and getting the young people involved is what we have to hit it towards. Old fogies like me have already got our mind kind of made up.
Okay. Could you see it potentially being a stimulus for grandparents doing activities with their grandkids?
Oh, but definitely.
Kind of an elder trek?
Yes, definitely. Right. It would be a reason to have it on a disc at home on your DVD or whatever. Hey kids, tomorrow let's take a trip and we'll go do what they did.
Okay.
Or follow their tracks, follow their steps.
Or set up your own track in your own neighborhood that follows the model that they've set, but and maybe answers some of the same questions.
Yes, right.
Okay, very
And
interesting.
as a grandparent, you're going to have to listen to what your kids are saying or not saying about your leadership. Sometimes I don't always listen to my grandkids. I've got my idea of what they're supposed to be learning out of this little experience, and they can care less.
Very interesting. Charlie, thank you very much. Those are very useful insights.